everybody, this is Brooke, aka Supernatural Summer 34, and today we are back at it with another Create-A-Sim. I know I said in my last Create-A-Sim that I've been doing a lot of them recently, but I've decided that if I want to create Sims, then I'm going to create Sims. But one little thing I would like to mention before we get into my stories is that I have a CC list for this Create-A-Sim. That will be linked in the description, by the way, and if it isn't, please yell at me in the comments. But today's stories don't really have a particular theme. They're still mostly in elementary school, so be prepared for more Little Brooke. So the first story is literally my third memory in my entire life, and it was around when I was like 4 or 5. This story is about how I got my fear of clowns. So, my father has never really been into censoring what I watch. Like, I watched Sin City when I was like 8, and I started watching Game of Thrones about a year after it came out. You can do the math. Don't get me wrong, he would make me cover my eyes whenever people were like woohooing, but other than that, I could pretty much watch whatever I wanted so long as he was present. So I was 3 or 4, and my dad was visiting our house after he and my mom split up. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but my parents broke up when I was 3, and now they are both happily married, and I got a little brother out of it, so this isn't really something that ever bothered me. But my dad came over, and he decided to put on a scary movie. Now, my sister was probably 2 or 3 when this happened, and she didn't get nightmares from it, so that just goes to show how much of a, I'll say, cat I am. But the movie he puts on is about clowns. It wasn't the old It movie. I didn't get scared by Pennywise because, that's too reasonable. He puts on this old 80s movie that you've probably never heard of, but it's on Netflix if you want to watch it. But it's called Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Clowns is spelled with a K, by the way, because that's the kind of stupid that this movie is. But he puts it on, and there's one specific scene that got me so scared. You see, these clowns are aliens, and they eat people. So, in order to eat people, they killed them. And to store the bodies of the people that they killed, they wrapped them in cotton candy. Y'all, that was what gave me nightmares. The image of someone pulling at the cotton candy and there just being a person in it. So I went to bed early that night, and my little sister stayed up. Now, I grew up a bit. I still have this fear of clowns, but I didn't really remember what the movie looked like or what it was about. But one day, my dad tags me in a post on Facebook, and I click on it, and it's the movie poster for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And I start shaking. This was the year I finally realized that I had anxiety, and I'd found this out a couple months earlier, so I was able to tell what was happening was an anxiety attack. My fight or flight response kicked in, I'm shaking, my eyes are about to pop out of my skull, and my body just begins to ache. So I waited out because I didn't really know what else to do. But then, about 2 years later, I watched the movie with my friend, and y'all, I cannot believe how scared I was of that movie. Don't get me wrong, I'm still scared of clowns. If I saw those things lurking in the woods by my house or in the middle of the road like they were so prone to doing in 2016, I would call the police and probably cry so much that I'd die of dehydration. But that movie is the least scary horror movie I have ever seen. Dear God, The Shining is scarier than that movie. And The Shining isn't really horror as much as psychological. But I digress. Though I will say that clowns are the scariest horror movie villain because clowns are real. They are actual real things. And however much I do believe in ghosts and demons, I believe in clowns more. But you know how I said my dad let me watch Sin City when I was a kid? Well, that movie also gave me nightmares. So the antagonist in that movie scared me. I don't know how to describe him, so I'll put him up on screen. Please don't yell at me if you somehow get jump scared. But that's him, And this guy gave me nightmares. But do you guys remember Logan? Big up-and-coming Minecraft YouTuber. He's nearly at 100k subs, which is great. Y'all should go sub to him. That I mentioned a couple videos back. Well, I showed him this picture along with a picture of Edward Scissorhands. Y'all, he thought Edward Scissorhands was scarier than the yellow dude. If you don't remember what Edward Scissorhands looks like, I will show you. Again, don't get jump scared. He thought that was scarier than the freaking yellow dude. Like, Edward Scissorhands just has a permanent kicked puppy expression on his face. I would simp for Edward Scissorhands. Not romantically, because he has scissors for hands. But I would simp for this man because he is adorable and so depressed and did not deserve the ending he got. But Logan was creeped out by him. But we are at the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you all soon.